Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to your June 2019 mid-month reading. My name is Aaron. This is my channel, Aaron.IIGDRZL. If you wish to book a personal reading with me, my information will be in the description box, or if you just have questions about my readings or anything else, the way to contact me will be in the description box. I have not gotten my website open, but it will be open soon. With that being said, I am an empath and a clairvoyant, so I do get a lot of messages, and it does take me a while to really put it in perspective and relay it to you. Spirit sends me messages, sayings, images, feelings, things of that nature, and I do feel it from both sides. But with that being said, I'm just going to shuffle your cards for your mid-month for Gemini. Spirit, what are the messages you have for Gemini? Gemini. Alright, messages you have. Oh, well. Let's not move backwards. How about that? Let's not move backwards. Let's concentrate on moving forward. How's that? The Three of Wands and the Six of Cups just fell out. And the King of Pentacles at this very moment. So moving backwards, let's just not do that. I feel like for some of you, but for others of you, I feel for others of you, I feel more so like and then you have the Three of Cups that are just flew out. For some of you, I feel like there's a lesson that you learned in the past that is going to be very lucrative and very helpful. There's a lesson you learned in the past that's going to be very lucrative and helpful. You just need to really think about it. So, without further ado... Ooh, okay. Alright. Gemini, like, your blessing came in, and you're feeling yourself, like, it's very nice. I like the energy, it's wonderful. Okay, I guess I'll just use you while you're there. You're there for a reason, I'm pretty sure. Stability! Yay, so... the overall message for oh my, what is this? What are those? Okay, because, wow, that was just like a slap to the face. So the overall message, the card at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. So for me, the overall message is about stability. That's pretty much all I'm feeling. I'm not feeling marriage or like relationship, just stability and celebration within that. The hard work that you put in to build this stability is definitely well worth it. I feel like you're just at the beginning, so like this is just the beginning for you. Alright, please explain. Please explain. Now this is a general reading. Only take what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate, there is a tarot reader out there or a psychic medium or an empath who does have a message for you. Yeah, that's that. Let's see. I'm just trying to get some clarification on some things. Just give me a moment. I'm sorry. Let's see. Any advice? Oh! Oh. Okay. Alright, so what about this? For some of you, I feel like what's to come may concern someone. Okay, for some of you, I feel like it's. For some of you, I'm getting like you're very quick to. For some of you, I feel like this is an opportunity you're not thinking twice about and you're just taking, which is fine because I mean, it's a wheel of fortune, but some of you are women and you're making like you're a woman of not stature, but you're a woman. You're a wonderful woman. Ooh! Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Yeah. I feel like you need to make a fast decision about someone because the snake card just popped out. So, like, let's not. Okay, let's not. Oh, followed by the moon. Oh, baby. No. No, ma'am. Alright, so. Alright, okay, you're gonna have to let me finish with these cards, please. Like, I can't with you, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing next. Please, for like 5 minutes. Alright, I'm going to choose one more. I don't like that card. I do not. Oh my god. I do not. I have such an aversion to that card. Alright, so I'm going to draw just 2 more cards for clarification. Alright. So, oh, already. Aww. Whoop, whoop. Not bad. Alright, so, tell me about this. Oh, cool. Okay. Alright. Ote dote. Woo. Let's see. Alright. So that's that. So, oh, okay. For some of you, this Wheel of Fortune is marriage. I mean, supplies. It is marriage. All right, let me just get into this because this now is just. I feel like I don't need an explanation for that. So I'm not feeling conflicting energies there. Alright, there's just one more card for... Oh, okay. It's important not to rest on your laurels. I'll get into that later. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's important not to rest on your laurels moving forward. And with that, come on. Alright. Let me just have one more card for this. Just as a confirmation. Oh, I love how Spirit works. It's just amazing. Oh, confirmation received. Thanks, Spirit. Alright, now just, what about this? Oh, they're just ready. Okay, so definitely, Alright, there's a long conversation in this. A very long conversation. What about this card? I see. Could you give me more clarification, Spirit? More clarification for this card. Oh, boy. Oh, I see. Okay. What about card? So, I see. Okay. An explanation, possibly. I see. Okay. Unnecessary. Like, unnecessary. Give me an explanation about that. Just clarification on that. Okay, so, God, you guys are a mess. Alright, so, the card that represents you is the Nine of Cups in this very moment. This is how the universe interacts with you. The energy that you're giving off when you interact with the universe is the Nine of Cups. So very much enjoying the fruits of your labor, very much enjoying yourself, your hard work, what you've come through. I feel like in the distant past there was a great celebration, or there was this moment, like this magnum opus of your life, not your life, but like a part of your life, like a certain section of your life, there's a magnum opus. You know, sections as in, like, you know, you have your adolescence, and then you have your juvenile, and then you have your, like, young adult thing, and then you have your, like, in your 20s kind of section of your life, and then you have in your 30s, and then you have in your 40s, and then you have in your 50s, and like, decades, like, sections of your life. Like, this is the magnum opus of this section in your life, I feel. So you're very much, that's how you're interacting with spirit. That's how spirit is taking your energy. That is how the universe is taking your energy. You know, if you pray, or if you do magical work, like, this is just how they're perceiving you. Like, this is just the energy that you're giving off. Like, a lot of angels, when they visit you, they give off love and light. It's just like that. When you present yourself to the universe, or when you're interacting with the universe, or asking the universe for something, by universe I mean source, God, Buddha, Muhammad, whoever you pray to. Like, when you go to source, or when you ask for something, or when you go to the universe, it's very much like you're, like, this is the energy you exude when you're at their feet, when you're in front of them. Which is great, because they love to see you prosperous. Now, where you're at, or what you're doing, or the inquiry that we're going to talk about today is work. I'm getting the song, like, Britney Spears' song "Work Bitch." Like, it's definitely in that realm. But in the distant past, I feel like there was a blessing, and now, and the honeymoon stage, and now you're just in the stage of, like, okay, what's next? And you're really working towards it. I feel like for some of you, you're working. For others of you, Spirit wants you to work. Like, Spirit's like, yeah, okay, I give you your blessing. Now's the time. Like, we need to work. Like, let's take the blessing and start the work. Like, let's get it. Like, the blessing was the tool so that you can move forward the blessing was the tool so that you can move forward with your purpose here in this human experience in your life. Like, the blessing was a tool for you to use to move forward. Don't rest on your laurels, as I said before. Like, it is not recommended for you to rest on your laurels. And to really follow your dreams. Like, even if it's like 5 minutes after work, or 5 minutes, like, you get home, and like you take a pottery class like once a week, or like at one point, and you clear your schedule for just that one day, whatever the case may be. Really take time out for things that you love. I feel like for some of you that would really balance you out at this point. Like, it would really, really balance you out. You really, okay, so I'm getting from Spirit that you really, that this, like, exploring the creative side, or exploring a more, for some of, for a lot of you, exploring the creative side, for a small group of you, like, really exploring discipline, I feel like would be best for you. Discipline as in meditation, quieting the mind. Like, I really feel that once you get into it, yeah, it's a hassle to do, like, in the beginning, but, like, once you get into the habit, it really becomes a part of your life and a part of your routine. And a ways down, you don't really, you can't really, after a while, you can't really see yourself not doing it. So, because it has such positive, like, outcomes, like, such positive feedback when you do it, that it's well worth it. But anyway, for some of you taking more of a strict path, and for others of you taking more of a creative path, I feel like doing that every now and then is definitely, or at least getting into it, or looking towards it, or making steps and moves towards this, definitely will help. I feel like that's just kind of like the underlining, like, yes, you have to work for the purpose that you were here for. But at the same time, like, you are here also to enjoy things, like, not work, but, don't take it to the extent where you're resting on your laurels and just, like, you think you have it in the bag. Like, let's not. Spirit always wants you to move forward, keep cognizant of your current situation, but also find happiness and I guess wisdom all at the same time. Like, they want you to do this all at the same time, but they understand that, to do that takes time, takes work, takes effort, takes knowledge. So I feel like this is a grand scheme of things. Like, this is so there's a bigger picture that we are focusing on. So with that being said, in the most recent future, or what's to come, you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is then explained or elaborated with the woman, the whip, and the woman and the whip is elaborated with the dog. So for a lot of you, I feel like making a fast decision about loyalty, I feel like you already know. Like, there is no reason to go into this. You already know who to cut off, how to move forward, like, things you need to stop doing. Like, you already know. Don't understand why you keep doing it, but you already know. Huh. But we're willing to work with you. Like, we still want to work with you. We love you. We still want you to get better. Like, it's funny because when human beings give up on us, Spirit sees that humans give up on each other way too easy. But there's a difference, because we as humans were here for a certain amount of time, whereas Spirit is just eternal. So for us, what may seem like a lifetime, for Spirit is just a blip on the radar. It's not even. So they understand, but they don't understand. Like, when I mean Spirit, I mean like spirit guides, ancestors, angels, guardian angels, archangels, past life family members or past life lovers, people in your past lives who just fell in love with your spirit, and like your soul family, or your tribe, like your soul tribe. Like, that's what I mean by Spirit. It's a general term that I use, but I really do feel like Spirit, it will always be there. I don't know who needs this, but Spirit will always be there. No matter who bails on you, Spirit will always be there. Always. Always. Because, as I said before, to them, like, a human life is a blip on the radar. So they will stay with you, because to them it's nothing. They're going to stay with you through thick and thin, hours upon hours, days upon days. They're there with you. Like, even though you can't hear them, For some of you, like, you can't hear them, you can't see them, they're there with you. They're there. Like, it's this undying loyal, like, they're there. Spirit wants you to know and have the comfort to know that they are there. You know, it's hard to, it's kind of like it's hard to support someone if they can't see you or hear you, you know, but you have so much love for them. But you just, it's a lot. It's complicated. But Spirit wants to know, you know, that they're there for you with every step that you make. They're there for you, you know, with every breakdown that you have, with every joyous occasion that you go to. Like, they're there with you. They're celebrating with you. They're crying with you. They're there to comfort you. They're there, is what I'm getting. But they just want you to be aware of good relationships, is what I'm getting. Is, you know, they want you to be aware of good relationships and bad relationships, and to know which one is conducive to your future and which one is not. Because I feel like this is the time to make that decision. For some, okay, I'm getting it's now or never. Like, you either deal with this problem now, or it'll just be a long-lasting problem. Like, that's just, it is what it is, basically. Okay, with that being said, in the distant future, you do have the Tower, and I needed to clarify that, because for me, the Tower isn't a breakdown. The Tower isn't, like, when it's in the distant future, it is not a breakdown. Like, this is just more of, like, despair and dismay, like the Tower generally represents. So I really had to elaborate on it, and you got the cross reversed. And to elaborate on that, you have the letter and the mountain. So you are not being fruitful, or as I said before, like this now or never thing, like you keeping the people who are toxic around you does not help you. Does not help you. And in the distant future, you will definitely see that and suffer for it. And you only have yourself to blame. Sorry, not sorry. But really, you know, if this moment, if you do heed the warning and you do follow this, then this doesn't apply to you. But if you don't, this applies to you. After this whole Tower thing happens and you just like completely destroyed, what have you, in the distant future, understand that when we build something that is not for us, Source, the universe, will destroy it. Period, point blank. No doubts about it. Like, there is no question it's being destroyed. They will let you go through the process of building it to a certain point, and then they'll completely destroy it. They want you to build it so that you understand the amount of work that you were willing to put into something that wasn't for you is the same amount of energy, time that you could put in towards something that is for you, that is beneficial for you, that is beneficial to you. With that being said, I feel like some of you are very much leaning towards building something that is just not good for you, and you know what it is, and you know that you have to cut it off. That's what I'm getting. Like, you know you have to cut it off. And if you don't, well then they're going to destroy whatever you're trying to build, because it wasn't for you. It was not for you. Like, not in the sense like out of malice or anger or anything, but this is not, like, I get the feeling like I don't want to see you destroy yourself. And this will not lead to a wonderful outcome or a good outcome. Like, so with that being said, I'm just going to turn this over because that bothers me. With that being said, really looking into the details about what has happened, why it has happened, and really looking inward like inwardly, like more so the hermit, like looking inwardly, asking yourself the big questions, asking yourself what can you do to fix it. I feel like for some of you, it's easy for you to fall off the rocker, meaning that it's easy for you to really just lose sight of the forest for the trees. And you look at it for the obstacle that it is. And instead of looking at it for the obstacle, it's really about perception. Instead of looking at it for the obstacle that it is, look at it as the price that you have to pay for going the wrong way. Like, it was free going down this path, but if you want to go back, you have to pay the driver to drive you back, because you're not walking back. You don't want to walk back. I think that's for that's for a small group of you. But for others of you, I feel like changing the perspective is important. And really seeing it not as an obstacle, but seeing the forest for its trees. Like enjoying the beauty of the what happened, enjoying the lessons, and like really just accepting those and coming to terms with those. In the future, if you don't follow, like if you don't heed the warnings, this is fine. Like it's your. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm not here to I'm just here to deliver messages. I'm just the middleman, and that's how I see it. Like I'm just the middleman. That is it. So, so yeah. I mean, that's in the distant future. Now, the card that represents you right here, right now, the person or the group of people, who all the things that have come up to this point. Like I said before, with the Knight, with the King of Pentacles, it's been a low and slow process. It has been a low and slow process, but you are I feel like for some of you, you are gaining momentum towards, not gaining momentum towards, but you're it's almost as if you aren't in the castle, but you're at the drawbridge. Like you're in the castle's vicinity very closely. You're almost there. And for others of you, I feel like you're already sitting on the throne. It was a long time coming. You're going down the corridors into the throne room. It's been a long, you're there. You're not there, but you're there. Like you're in the castle. You're not at the drawbridge. You're in the castle. And you're heading towards the throne room to really take your power. That's the trajectory is what I'm feeling that Spirit sees you at. Is the trajectory that they're seeing you, because you have this blessing and then now you're waiting for something else, and Spirit's just work, but also take time for yourself to replenish your soul, to appreciate the beauty, to really get balanced, to really get to really be one with the universe. But with that being said, the card above you is the Six of Swords, and that is pertaining to your inward self, like what's going on the inside. And that's really much so about, for some of you, I feel like this is health decisions. Like you need to start making proper health decisions. That's what I'm getting for some of you. For others of you, you're not standing behind your decisions, or you're not standing behind, you're second guessing yourself, which is just unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. I feel like getting in tune with yourself and really doing the work that you're supposed to do, is very important. Very, very, very important. It's not going to be easy going forward. It's not. But being able to make those decisions, traveling. Sweetie, you are here to live your life for you, not for anyone else, for you. Your name is yours because it is your life. Therefore, your name isn't all. Your name isn't us. Your name isn't we. Your name is your name. Because it's just you. Like, this is your life. It's yours. So, I feel like when making decisions, especially when it comes to traveling for some of you, when making decisions, make a decision based on yourself, not other people. Like, this is your life. Like, do not make decisions on other people. Make them, this is your life. Like, living for another it's almost as if this person gets two lives. Because they live their lives and they live your life. They get two lives. Why? Why are you giving someone two lives? Everyone gets one. One go around. That's it. Make a decision for you and your life moving forward. Use your discernment, okay? We're all adults here. Now, the card above that is the outwardly, or your environment, and the card you got was the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups I don't really see as a relationship card. It's more so business, because the woman is really depicted in she's not depicted any other way other than, like, she just seems very formal. So it's not, and he's reaching for her cup, and she's like, it for me, it's more of like a relationship built on strength, or a healing relationship that's healing stronger. For me, this is more so business. One's coming in with peace. One's coming in with ambition and goals. Like, one's more stable and another one's more creative. That's what I feel. Or like, they think the world is some big shiny toy. Like, they just... And another one is like, no, there's a process, there are things. This could be you. I mean, you are Gemini. This could just be your duality. But usually I take the Two of Cups as like more of like a relationship card. Like business relationship, personal relationship, platonic relationship, like just a relationship card in general. The clarifier for that, because I just really needed to clarify what kind of relationships. And the card that popped out was the Devil. So in order to elaborate on the Devil, I got the Ten of Pentacles. And to elaborate on the Ten of Pentacles, I got the Four of Pentacles. So, with that, I feel like... Alright, there are a couple of messages here. This is why I don't like doing general readings. I really don't. There's a lot of messages. Now, for some of you, I feel, as I said before, there's this duality, or there's this other person who's just very... Okay. For some of you, I feel like this relationship is wonderful, but it's taking a toxic turn. And you really need to start working on that. Like, you really need to start, like, bringing it back. Like, you're not past the point of no return. You guys have hope. You guys are good. Now, for others of you, I feel like there's a duality, or a difference of, like, an artistic difference between both of you, and a difference that distance both of you from each other unnecessarily. Like, these are your relation. For some of you, I feel like it's another person. For a very small group of you, I feel like it's a group of people. Like, these are like your relationships, like mom, dad, cousins, friends, like things of that nature. For others of you, I feel like this is another person. Spirit's giving me like this duality with this other person, though. Like, I'm on one end, like, where I'm happy, carefree, loving the world, got things to offer, and I'm on the other end where I'm discerning. You know, I'm disciplined, I'm hardworking, this, that, and the other. Like, everything has a place and a time, and I have things to offer. Like, oh, okay, let's just move forward, because now I'm getting dizzy. Not dizzy as in a bad way, but like, the information's going around and around that it's just like, it's making me like, alright, let's just pump the brakes. Now, for others of you, I feel like it's a toxic relationship. We've already spoken about this. You know what it is. You know who it is. Just in the toxic relationship, I feel like with another person in particular. For some of you, I feel like for some of you, it's one person in particular, but they're a part of like this small group. So the other two people or the other people aren't really attached to this one person. It's really just this one person. And I feel like the other people, like your relationship with them could turn around if you approach them separately. Why would you give someone that much power is beyond me. Beyond me. Like, this is your life. You should never give anyone that much power ever in your life. Like, you should be the only one. You and God, or you and the universe, or you and Source should be the only one with that power. Like, I don't understand why you would give away that power. But anyway, not my barrel, not my circus, not my monkeys. With that being said, and when I say things like that, it's just an audible trigger for me to like cut off to really put an end to the emotional connection. It just helps me just get rid of the emotional connection, because I hear it verbally and then it sets in mentally. But anyway, with that being said, it could be that I feel like if you guys mend this, for some of you, I feel like mending it privately will definitely work, because putting it out in the open will only attract because there's this negativity in the relationship. I feel like if you were to be open with it, it would attract a lot of other negative people and it would just exacerbate it. With others of you, I feel like it's really more so, you guys could be you guys are so good for each other. You're so good for each other. Anything you do together brings you coin beyond your wildest dreams. It makes you very comfortable. It makes you, I'm getting 5-bedroom, 4-bath house, not a white picket fence, but a driveway, double garage, pool. I'm getting very much, you guys can get to this level, but for some of you, you're at this level, but it's your relationship. Why? You guys worked your butt off together to get to that point. Why would you turn on each other now? Go vent your frustration somewhere else. That's what I'm feeling. Go vent your frustration somewhere else. That can definitely be avoided. I'm really feeling that, go vent your frustration somewhere else. As I said before, take time for you. Take time to balance yourself out. Don't approach someone with an aggressive energy until you figure out that aggressive energy is warranted. And 90% to 89% of the time, it isn't warranted. So, let's be adults about it. Remove yourself for 5 minutes. Do what you have to do. Get yourself together. Gather your thoughts. Really think it through. And then come back to that person. That person needs to do the same exact thing. Not just you, Gemini. That person needs to do the same exact thing. Take 5 minutes. Go walk. You guys need to really come to an agreement. You guys really need to have a heart-to-heart and sit down and talk about this. Because this is not... I feel like this could be avoided. This is childish stuff. It really doesn't need to come. This is high school BS. It really doesn't need to come to this. Just be an adult, have an open conversation, sit down with each other and talk. Because I feel like you guys are just so good for each other. Things that they lack or things that person lacks, you have abundance of, and things that you lack, that person or the group of people have abundance of. They can fill your cup and you can fill their cup. And you guys can grow together stronger and better and heal any wounds that may come up. There's that potential. You can, but you really just need to sit down and have a conversation about it. But not have an open discussion in the sense you're letting people know that you're meeting. No. Like, you guys just need to come together as each other, for each other, to really establish your relationship. Like, whether I feel like for a large quantity of you, I feel like this is more geared towards relationship wise, but I feel like there's an equal group of size who this is for, that, it's more platonic, it's more business wise, like, you guys are good for each other. But really just, step them aside, or, take them out to lunch or brunch, or just have like a day where you guys go out and it's just you and them, or like just really, I would say, just really work on that, because right now you're just not in the place to, like, be careful who you cut off and who you cut out, because you could be cutting out your help. Like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. It'll never come back. Like, it should come back, but still, like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Like, really just don't cut off help that could be detrimental or very useful for you and your future, and for both of you. Like, really, this is the time to really work. Use your discernment, get centered, really get connected with the universe if you need to. If you feel like you need to, you know who I'm talking to. Like, why do I need to go into detail? You know who I'm talking to. The other one, now the card above that is the outcome of all of this. Like, the outcome, I guess you could say the outcome of this message, is the the Knight of Swords with the Seven of Swords as its clarifier. So really watching what you're saying. I'm taking this combination of cards as really watching what you say. The Knight of Swords can be a very, 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 very fast moving messenger. It has a plethora of different meanings. Not a plethora, but, a good amount of different meanings. But coupled with the Seven of Swords, because Spirit's not helping me out here. Like, they're just kind of quiet. The thing is that Spirit can only tell us so much. And most of it, a lot of it has to just come from us. They can only guide us, give us advice and things of that nature, but it's our life. As I said before, it's your life, and Spirit can only do so much and say so much and give you so much information. Majority of it has to come from you, like, genuinely has to come from you. And I feel like with this combination of cards was just more of like a hint or a tidbit or a clue that with moving forward with whatever you're going to do, to really watch what you say, understand your position, understand the other person's position, and really get a sense of what's around you, and be prepared for loss if it should come to that. But be mental, like, before you go into conversations or before you go into discussions, really be mentally prepared for the outcome. Don't have these conversations until you have accepted the good and the positive of the outcome of you taking this action. Because, moving forward, we have to accept the good and the bad. Like, we have to say, like, I went through some really, really dark stuff, like depression, I was homeless, like, things of that nature. Like, they were dark times. It was really bad. But I found the light within it all. I found the joy within it all. I found the joy in the lessons. I have gained knowledge that I would never have gained if I didn't go through life the way that I did. Like, I would have never have had. So, or never would have. Like, it's just, I wouldn't want to go through it again. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I love it, and I dislike it greatly at the same time. So, really watch what you say. If you are going to do these things, do not throw caution to the wind is what I'm getting. But really just really watch what you say. Just really, really, really watch what you say. And even if some things come up that you were not expecting, watch what you say. Just take it in. Don't file it away. I feel like that's a bad habit. Like, filing it away is a bad habit. Like, don't file it away. But really just, take the time that you need to process this. Really do. I feel like that's important. Like, take the time that you need to process this. No need to rush in it, because if you rush in it, you're going to be cutting and burning bridges that you really don't need to cut and burn, because they are going to be very important for you and your future and your growth in the future, like in the distant future. Otherwise, you're going to get this reverse cross, and then you're really going to be put in a predicament where you're going to have to look at something. Like, I feel like it could be avoided. Like, you didn't, like, the fact that you were in this state was unnecessary. And the fact that, like, in the distant future that you would be in this state would be an unnecessary state to be in your distant future. So it's just like, well, in order to avoid that, it's spirit's normal day to day. Like, all right, we don't want them to put, they really don't need to be put in that position. So let's just do something about it. Let's protect them. The lessons that you have to learn are the lessons that you have to learn, which is, we have free will. We can decide whatever we want to do, but just really be cautious in what you say moving forward. This is the time to work. Like, you got your blessing, you got to enjoy it. If you're every now and then, I feel like for a lot of you, it's almost like you're wondering when it's coming every day. Whatever that means. For some of you, I feel like it's negative, but I'm not going to get into that, because I feel like Spirit's having me, like, really tack on a couple of minutes to each side. I'm already like over 45 minutes in. Like, that's a lot. Like, for some of you, I feel like, I'm just going to say that for some of you, I feel like it's almost every day where you're just like, when is this going to happen? When, this, that, and the other. And for others of you, I feel like it's a thought that you have every now and then, but not frequently. But Spirit just wants you to know, just stay in that energy of enjoying the fruits of your labor, but just don't stop working up towards it. Like, for others of you, I feel like there's a shift. Like, now you're shifting from business and like now you're shifting from business to personal. And, like, the work that you have to do is more personal than it is business. That's for some of you. Why would you put that at the end of the reading, though? I don't know. Your Spirit. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to roll with it. Alright, so the three cards that you have, that you had, and I needed clarification for, were I think I spoke about this before, Gemini. You had the Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Three of Cups. And the clarification, I just needed clarification or confirmation about these three cards. And the card that popped out was the Three of Wands. So, really, there is something about your past, I feel, that is very important. Or, you're celebrating. Okay, for some of you, I feel like, so there's something in your past that you need. There's something that you've already learned. There's something you've already went through. There's something that you've already obtained. Like, I feel like for some of you, it's in your house. You already have it. Like, it's in your house. Like, it's a physical object. For others of you, I feel like it's a lesson, or it's some, like, a perspective. Like there was a project you were working on, and, like, you couldn't get past it for some reason, and then all of a sudden, like, you got struck by lightning, and you looked at it from a different point of view, and you're like, oh, I got it. Like, you really need to, there's something, though. For some of you, it's, like, spiritual. For others of you, it's physical, but there's something that you left, or there's something from your past that's really going to help you move forward. For others of you, I really feel like the people who you can trust, the people who you've planted seeds with, who you, let me put it this way. The people who root for you when you win are the people, and the people who are there for you when you lose. Like people who are there during the winter months when you don't have a harvest, and people who are there during the spring months, during like the spring, no, people who are there during the spring, and not only, like people who, oh goodness, people who are there during the harvest, because I'm trying to put like months to this, and it's only confusing me. The Spirit's like, no, it's not months. It's a time frame. It's not months. During the harvest, the people who are there for you, to root for you, to really just congratulate you like they got it for themselves. Like, you know, they see you win something and they feel like they win and they celebrate with you because they have that sympathy for it. Those people who are in your corner. And also there during the winter season, when you have nothing going on for you, you have nothing happening, who are there to support you, to keep you warm during those winter seasons, to give you encouragement, to give you that light of hope, that warmth of hope during the winter season. Like those people, you know who I'm talking about, the people from your past. Those people are definitely going to be detrimental in your movement forward, in your choice. You know, the choice that you make. Those people are definitely, because you don't need someone who talks to you with their own interests. You don't at all. Like that is just not going to cut it. It's not going to have, like, I feel like those are the people you need to cut out. The people who talk to you with their own interests. And I feel like you, for some of you, I feel like you need to take time out to figure out who those people are. For others of you, I feel like you already know. You already know. But yeah, I mean, the overall cards that you have the ring, the four. Oh, yes, yeah, because that would explain the snake card. Yep. I get it now. Okay, so for the overall cards that you have, the overall message that you're supposed to take away from this, I mean, for a majority of you, you can pretty much get it. I feel like this is more so for the people I didn't touch base on. Like, for those of you who I didn't have a message for in this reading, like, I feel like the overall message is for you. Like, this was for someone or a group. These were for, like, other people, and this was for you. Okay, so for some of you, I'm getting marriage. It is going to be a happy marriage. Like, just, yeah, with this marriage comes justice, a beautiful, beautiful path forward. I just looked under each one. Each one, you know, the Four of Wands had the Hierophant under it. The Queen, the Empress had the Justice under it. And the ring had the bouquet underneath it. So there is this very much so, you know, this is a destined union. This is a destined union, and you really have to, it's almost as if it's justice for what you've gone through. It's like, it's balancing them out. Libra, I guess, for some of you. A Libra woman. Like, this is just really, I feel like, I mean, my card for the Empress is someone, is a very strong woman of power. I would say kind of like the Empress for me. Oh, she doesn't want me using her. Okay. The Empress for me is more so like people like Joan of Arc. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Joan of Arc, what's her name? Oh my goodness, I forgot. I forgot. Lena Horne. Like very strong women. Um, Rosa Parks, just very strong maternal women who just stand up for their. Oh, there was that one. They just came out with a movie about her, but very strong feminine energy. I feel. I wouldn't say like masculine feminine energy. I would just say strong, like very powerful feminine energy. Just there is no distinction that she is of royalty and she is of power, but she does have this kindness to her, kind of like that character who just, kind of like that character who, the character in films and TV shows who really like they're the head boss, but they're just so kind to everyone. Kind of like that, but more of like a feminine, like they are the boss. They have everything in order. They're completely stable, both mentally, physically, like harmoniously, like they are good. But they're just very kind, very giving, very loving. I feel like there's going to be justice with this union. It's going to be beautiful. Like, it's absolutely going to be beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet. I don't know. Personally, I was like, if you ever propose in a flash mob, I will say no. Like, that will be an automatic no. No, thank you. I mean, I'm not with someone, I'm single AF, but, I've always told my exes, like, if you ever were to propose, and not saying that you will, but if you ever were to propose with a flash mob, it would be a no. Automatic no. Mm-mm. You will be embarrassed in front of a lot of people doing that. Like, it will be a no. I just don't like it. Like, it's just, I feel like, it's so embarrassing. It puts you on the spot. Like, I feel like proposals should be, like, intimate, just very personal, very thought out, very thorough. But, I mean, to each their own. I just wouldn't myself. But, so those were your messages, Gemini, for the mid-months. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment below or to contact me. I have my contact information if you wish to book a reading, or if you have any questions in the description box below. With that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your month, Gemini. I will see you in July.